So if you're trying to maximize your savings and really just hit some of your financial goals, a high yield savings account is going to be your best friend. So here's what you need to know about these accounts, including what they are, how they work, and their benefits. First of all, for anyone who doesn't know, a high yield savings account is very similar to a regular savings that you can get with your bank or credit union. The main difference though, which is what really sets these accounts apart, is that they will earn a much higher interest rate compared to a regular account. Even in this day and age where interest rates are much higher, you will still have many regular savings accounts that only pay out 0.01%. But on the other hand, you have many high yield savings accounts like Ally, Marcus, CIT Bank paying their people 4% or even 5%. That is a huge difference because depending on how much you keep in your high yield savings account, that can be $50, $60, $70, or $100 or more of passive earnings every single month. And when you think about your down payment fund, your emergency fund, or maybe a sinking funds for travel, if that's cash that you're not going to need immediately, having it in an account where you can earn much more is worth it. Now, this does not mean that you should not have a regular savings, because I still recommend having one with maybe a local bank or credit union. That way, if something comes up and you need to run to the ATM and take out, a few bucks or maybe $500 or $1,000, at least you have the money there that you can get day of. So for a small rainy day fund, that's where your local bank comes in handy. But for the majority of your cash, it needs to be in a high yield savings. Now, the ability to earn a much higher interest rate is by far the best perk of these accounts, but it's not the only benefit. Another benefit is that it doesn't cost you anything to get started. Unlike regular savings where they might charge a monthly service fee, many online accounts don't charge any type of fee, and to open the account, sometimes you can get started with as little as $1. And when the time comes to open the actual account, the entire process is super fast. Just looking at my experience with American Express, that's where I have my high yield savings account with. From start to finish, from completing my application to linking my bank account and transferring funds over, it took no more than 10 minutes. Now, one thing to keep in mind about these accounts, which is also why I recommend having like a small rainy day fund with your local bank, is that it can take up to 2 to 3 days to get your money once you initiate a transfer. Now, I will say I do believe that that is worst case scenario, because thinking back to the times when I've taken money out of my high yield savings, it always says allow up to 2 to 3 business days. But in most cases, it never takes that long. It will typically take just 1 day. So to give you an example, if it's Monday afternoon and I initiate a transfer, by Tuesday morning when I check my local bank, the money is already there. So again, I don't think that's anything that you'll have to worry about, but all banks are different, so you never know. So it's good to have a backup plan and keep some cash in a local bank. Now, another feature about high yield savings accounts, which I actually like, but some people might disagree, is that many of these accounts do not come with an ATM card. Now, my reason for liking this feature is because I feel that it will help a lot of people to actually keep money in their savings account and hit their savings goals. Because if you have an ATM card in your wallet where you can just go to any bank within that particular bank's network, that could result in a lot of needless withdrawals. But on the other hand, if your high yield savings account doesn't include a card, meaning that the only way to get your money is to transfer it over and wait at least 1 to 2 days, that could cause a lot of people, I think, to kind of pause and really consider whether or not that transfer is necessary. So when you're searching around looking for a high yield savings account, seriously consider choosing one that doesn't give you an ATM card. As scary as that might seem, trust me, in the long run, it will probably be worth it and you will probably be thankful that you did. There are so many obstacles to saving money. So if you can put some barriers in place to help you stay focused, that's going to benefit you in the long term.